All right, traders, how y'all doing? Welcome in. It's a Sunday, and we're preparing for Monday here. So we have our open on futures just happened. Don't expect anything to happen in the first couple hours of the open. Um, Slight gap up, but nothing to note. Um, so for crypto, things are continuing to push a little bit higher, but we see Bitcoin dominance. Actually, let's see, ETH BTC. It's actually others that are doing well, but I don't know which others, because the ones that I was looking at haven't really moved. So that's interesting. Total three, maybe? Okay, let's just go through some charts here. Doge, Solana, BNB, ETH, others, total. Just go through some alts. Yeah, I mean, this one was looked like it was not a short, and I'm glad I did not. I expected more from some of these shitcoins, but they are what they are. I got out of my longs at the bottom, which is good. Yeah, I mean, I got out of Pepe right at the very bottom, which is awesome. So I'm super pleased with how I managed my shorts. The longs haven't really worked for me, but yeah, we have a lot of ooh, Popcat. So this is something I did call as I thought, hey, Popcat trending above all-time highs. Seems quite possible because the whole market pulled back and Popcat did not. And once we had our breakout, price has just been going higher. So I don't know how I would have traded that, but that is an observation that I made of tried to short Popcat here, it failed, and then the whole market pulled back while Popcat went sideways. And once we got long signals, could have bought this day, the stop here. I'm not too sure. Stacks, Tau. Okay, there's a number of them. It's really hard to know which one is the one, which is why I just like to trade Bitcoin, which we're going to come back to. That's going to be our focus. And also, I'm going to spend a little bit more time on BNB because it seems to me that ETH is going the way of MySpace. And for what I'm trying to do, it's maybe good to look at some of the other ones. Core. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not going to be trading any alts here. I really don't like longing them. When I go long Bitcoin, or even ETH is better than most alts. So let's look at Bitcoin. Okay. Let's look at ETH, BNB, and Solana. I will say, um, I've had a Bitcoin limit long for a little while now that hasn't filled. And I can decide if I'm going to leave it here or if I'm going to try to put it here or pull it. Now, also, I was in an ETH limit long, which I closed in here, and I would be up another $300 right now if I had held it. So, oh well. And based on what I talked about, I think I'm going to close these ETH longs. And I want to focus on BNB instead, because it is stronger than ETH. It has been stronger than ETH for some time. And I mean, we look, if I had gotten filled on BNB in here, or in here, right? It's just really outperforming. So I wanna focus more on BNB. It's a lot stronger, right? It's made a new all-time high. It's not too far below the old all-time high. ETH is down 50% from all-time high. And I thought for the longest time, oh, it's oversold, but it's like maybe it's just heading to zero, honestly. So, right. I mean, those are places to I just want to change my orientation here and think, actually, um, I want to be a seller on ETH, and I can be a buyer on BNB. So it's a long way to go, but my thought is would be to be a seller on ETH up in this area. Say, hey, this would be a deviation. So it's within this. If price wants to come up here, I'm interested in being a seller. Something like that. Just trade them small. Then I could tighten it up. Something like that. Okay, new day starting. And then BNB, so I could have a couple ideas on BNB. One would be to try to long a pullback. Another would be to be long in this area. So here's my two ideas. The first idea would be target the high, something like this. Yeah, under this. Something like that. My other idea would be long in here with this top in here and target the high. And for Bitcoin, I get to choose if I want to try to chase it or not, which I don't think I do. I think I'm gonna leave my ETH. I'm gonna leave my Bitcoin setup as it is. So I'm doing that just because I want to change my orientation on ETH to being a shorter. So I'm gonna leave the Bitcoin trade. Didn't fill me, but it's okay. I don't necessarily want to get filled on the weekend. Then BNB. Okay, funding rate. I think we don't need sharp negative funding for Bitcoin to move up anymore necessarily. Interesting. Showing funding is gone. Oh, I don't know though. Actually, ETH looks strong from order flow. I think I just need to trade order flow, right? I kind of wish I was still holding my I hadn't closed, although I don't know how much it really matters. I mean, it might matter a lot actually. But I could always just limit down here. I mean, if I really wanted to. Sharp move got bought up again and immediately back to the highs, so yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it runs without me, but I just need to be okay with that. Okay, BNB, okay, Bitcoin. Why is it Bitcoin doing this? Okay, I gotta tell you, ETH actually looks the best one right now. The way CVD has been kind of reversed. Open interest really came out. Funding's almost negative. BNB also looks quite good. Yeah, yeah, BNB looks good. I wish I had been paying more attention to this earlier. But this gap, yeah, I could do it. I don't see why we shouldn't have Monday volatility. But ETH just looks strong. Well, I think I need to be not. I can have this later on, but that's my idea for shorts. And yeah, I mean, the way the price is looking like it might not come back down here because this sell-off was it's looking like it was a good place for reentry. That said, I want to assume there's going to be some volatility. Try to be there for it. Kind of sucks now. From where I longed from, we're still quite under it on ETH, but if I had ran my stop much wider on Bitcoin, I would still be in this. Or if I had tried down here. Okay. I'm gonna keep the faith. Still think BNB looks pretty good. ETH looks pretty good too. I may actually, we have this, I think I would try in this first gap. Something like this. I don't want to risk too much though, because here's the thing. I don't know that I need to trade these because I have Bitcoin. So, and I already am comfortable with my risk. So I see no reason to take these with BNB and ETH. It's the exact same setup. ETH looks strong, but just gonna leave it. And I don't really know that I need a limit order up here because that's probably gonna take days to get to. So I think I'm just gonna do nothing. Not chase, do nothing. Today is a big win for me because my conclusion was to do nothing. I deleted limit orders from lower on ETH because to me it just doesn't make sense to trade this chart long compared to this chart. This is a much stronger chart. The lows are higher, the highs are higher. ETH just very weak relatively, so yeah. I do think Bitcoin is due for a new all-time high, but I'm not gonna chase it. I'm not gonna over risk it. I'll let it come to me, baby. Let's go. This weekend is just noise. So, all right, nothing to do. No reason to be short. I'm just trying a couple of different long ideas. I would expect a bounce here. I just don't really want to trade it. It doesn't look as good, but it's maybe a good trade. Kind of interested in trying that actually on Bitcoin. Although I think I'll maybe take BNB instead. Let's look at BNB BTC. BTC BNB. Should just be trading Bitcoin, man. The thing is, the order flow from Bitcoin just doesn't look quite as good. Honestly. So I guess I do have a decision here of I could consider putting a long in this area. Should maybe do. It will set me up if Bitcoin goes straight down to have a bad time. But if I like make it my plan to kind of TP on the bounces, there's possibly push up to here, but I don't know. It's just, yeah, order flow is pointing up, but it's all good. I think I am gonna try for this one though. I'm gonna add another Bitcoin along at 58,763. Gonna stop at 57,900, and I can risk one. And we're looking for 70,000. Okay, so I just have 3 Bitcoin longs lower. Is all that I have set up right now, which might not fill, might run without me. Pulled back more than I thought, right? Maybe I should have run my stop. Honestly, I just barely got stopped out. I think my entrance was like, it was at 62. My stop was at 64, something like that. So it got me by a bit. Okay, I don't really see a reason to throw the same longs on BNB or ETH. It's just all correlated. Um, yeah, ETH looks strong from order flow, but it's all good. And if I had held my long from yesterday from in here, I could be up another $300, but it's all good. I didn't lose money. And I see no reason to be short with hedges right now. I'm interested in selling ETH in this region, but yeah, that doesn't seem necessary to set right now. That's it. That's the whole trading day. Yeah, if there's a straight down negative 10% move with no bounce on Bitcoin, I will take 3 losses. Also, if there's a straight up no retracement, then I will miss out and not be a part of this, which a lot of volatility here. Oh, I don't want to be here staring at it while it does this. I mean, if I really wanted to chase it, I could put a limit entry right here too. But I'm gonna look for a little bit of a bigger pullback. Hmm. Yeah, a little bit annoying, but gonna stick with my plan. I think new all-time high in October is definitely possible. Yeah, I oh, it would have been so good to get filled right here, right in this little bit. It's set up for it, but I was wasn't online. I don't know that it needs to run without me. It's doesn't look crazy bullish, but yeah, I might do it. ETH looks good, man. Everything. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, there it is. I'm looking for retracements, and that's about it. Much love and peace.